everybody, welcome to FQLive episode 10, Myopic Loss Aversion. Today, we're going to discuss why 99% of our population does not invest in the stock market. And it is a very special episode because with us today as our special guest is no less than the guy who would know how to teach you how to invest in the stock market. He is a guru in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to welcome our special guest for today, the chairman and founder of the largest online stock brokerage in the country, COL Financial, Mr. Edward Lee. Hello,
Hi.
Edward.
Hi, how are you, Rose? Thank you for inviting me.
Say hello to our viewers.
Hi, everybody.
Fans. So, pag-uusapan natin ngayon, Edward,
Yes.
bakit nga ba ano yun, 99, ano pag sabi mo 99%? 99%. That's practically everybody, di ba?
That's right, that's
Does
right.
not invest in the stock market.
Well, one I think is lack of exposure. Most of the schools basically don't even teach financial literacy, and that's what we're trying to do, trying to reach out to those people and make it as simple as possible that investing, saving is not enough, that they should really have that investing mindset, and how to, once they start doing well, how to reinvest it so that they can benefit from what we call the miracle of compounding. So over time, stocks in the long run will always outperform all asset class. So we've always been, in all our seminars, in all of my talks that I do, I always remind everybody that that's the way it should be. The sad part, of course, is being communicated doesn't mean that you can already act on it, convince and act already. So it's always a challenge. The other thing, of course, is they're excited to open an account probably within the spot. But then when they start sending money in ready to deposit it, I think probably another hurdle, another challenge,
Another friction.
Yes, another friction cost. That's correct. So it takes a while, really, to be convinced. So like what you were showing me kanina, really the procrastination or the fear, the fear of losing, is always a major issue. So I think that's what it is lang.
Ito yun eh. Ito yung sinasabi ni Mr. Edward Lee na fear of losing. The loss aversion, if you read the article last week, we spoke about this extensively. Ito yung sinasabi natin na the pain of losing something is twice as impactful as that of gaining something. So parang nagiging sigurista, di ba? Parang wag na, dito na lang ako sa safe. Less than 1% lang yan eh.
That's right.
Diba?
That's right.
Kakainin lang yan ng inflation.
That's right. So what people don't understand is that you have to believe in the Philippine growth story.
Yes.
That inflation will always be there because of growing population. So let's say like a Jollibee before and the Jollibee today, probably iba na, mahal na, or the ticket in your movies,
Yes.
When you go to a movie, that time, a few cents lang. Today, hundreds of pesos na, hindi ko nabutan. Nabutan ko pa yan. So inflation is a major factor,
Yes.
And then two, you have to understand the demographics, the Philippine growth story. So kailangan ulit lang yan. Ang biggest challenge always is because of the political noise. We always have this political noise, and that's always a major challenge. So the loss aversion is, yes, it's there, but we're not in that stage like in the US, we're in more stable country, but still people are afraid of investing. So
What you're saying is despite them knowing already.
Yes.
Pa rin.
So
it's the human wiring.
that's correct. So in fact, I was being interviewed so many times. I work with an organization, JA Worldwide,
Yes.
and as they interview me and ask me about how we do these things, and I was so surprised that even the person who's asking me doesn't even understand a simple what we always
Yes.
use, the three basic law of money.
The basic laws of money.
And this is always a challenge. In fact, he was shocked. And I said, look at the US for the last 100 years, 8-9% compounded rate of return, right? And well, it's a stable country, right? But even then, any small noise that comes out, let's say, between the Republicans and the Democrats, will also create those volatility. I think the biggest challenge is that teaching them how to taper their expectation.
Yes.
Rather than promising them that they're going to be rich but if they invest in the stock market. No? So I think this is the most important. No? Teaching them also what we call the emotional cycle of investing, no?
Exactly.
Which is what you have there. No?
Yeah. So you can also check this out. It's also in the article. Don't worry, to those who haven't read the article, we will be providing a link in the comment section.
Yes.
Because today, actually, that article discusses myopic loss aversion, which essentially consists of two items: the loss aversion that we already discussed earlier and last week, and the second part. This is very interesting, Eduarda, because they found out that the frequency
of watching,
checking your asset allocation, your portfolio, even adds to the agitation na lalo kang natataranta, lalo kang hindi nagiging kalmado, lalo kang naging
I think people, the reason why they do that is because they don't see it from the long-term perspective. Now, as if you understand the long-term, you understand that by the end of the rainbow, the basket of gold is there. Then you don't mind the volatility that comes in. No? As you continue to invest in the market, 12-13% compounded rate of return, 10 years guaranteed millionaire. So there is no excuse na for you not to be a millionaire. Pero even though wala kang alam, by just
diverting that
savings lang yan. Just saving it lang. No? So you have to have that. There is a book. Think and Grow Rich, the book, no?
Okay.
Yes, it's a Napoleon Hill. It's a very classic book. And what Napoleon Hill said is this: only when you are ready to receive it.
80-85. So gano'ng katagal ang conversion? In your experience, like, can you think of somebody na it took you this long in order to convert that person?
Oh yeah, I give talks every week or every other week. And then after 6 months, they'll still be in my seminar.
Anong sasabihin nila?
Sasabihin nila, umpisa ko na. But after 2 years, it's still the same. Procrastination talaga. Meron talaga yan. Hindi mo naman masisisi yan. So even though nandun na lahat, nandun sa libro, sinabi na natin, matagal talaga ang process.
Ang susolusyonan natin, abangan nyo yung aking libro. Abangan nyo yun, ha?
Yes.
Siyempre. Okay, second question from Mike Tan. What differentiates COL from the other companies that offer the same services as you do?
Well, when we teach financial literacy, we don't really tell them that we should go to COL. Everything is the same. Once you have that investing mindset, then I think, I have shared what we're doing to all the major houses. And I don't really mind. They can go to other.
Yeah, that's very generous of you, actually.
Well, I think the most important is that they have to start now. They have to start investing already. There's no. Here in COL, it's the same. What we do is it's just that we're spending more time educating rather than expecting that we should be doing it making money in the short term, but really on a very long term horizon. Well, if they use us, the better, no?
Yes.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't really.
And actually, you do have regular free
Seminars,
workshops.
yes. Workshops, seminars.
They can just sign up.
Yes, for free.
So that maintindihan nila and get the ball rolling.
That's right.
Okay, third question from Angel P. Now that you have achieved what you have achieved and reached a successful stature in your life, do you sometimes feel that it makes you complacent? Does it make you risk averse? Para yung topic natin yan, loss averse, compared to your younger years when you were still trying to climb to the top. Are the stakes higher now?
I think the biggest challenge is we have a purpose. in our lives. I have a purpose, and that is.
Would you like to share?
Well, the purpose is very simple. It's written in our website that we believe that all Filipinos deserve to be rich, and because of that, so it's an unlimited infinity. No? So when we have that kind of mindset, it keeps us going every day. We can't be complacent because that is required of us. No? Because we have a goal that we try to achieve that goal, that helping most Filipinos to be to have financial freedom. So no, complacency, I'm sure it's not
Out of your mind.
Out of the mind, yes. Out of our mind.
Go pa rin,
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Edward. How old are you, Edward?
I'm
Would you like to
62.
share? Oh, bata, di ba?
I have 4 grandchildren.
Only 62.
Hindi.
Edward is actually an advocate of not delaying marriage too long.
Yes.
I am also. Pareho tayo nito.
Maaga.
How old are you?
23.
O, tinanong mo pa ako 24.
Maaga.
Okay, a fourth question from Cora Partosa. If you were a Filipino millennial today, would you migrate to another country if you had a good paying job now as an IT professional?
The answer is no. Kumana ako dyan. I migrated in 89 to 95. I brought my family to Toronto, to Canada. It's really lonely there, all by yourself. I think the Philippines is still the best place to be.
For Filipinos?
For Filipinos, especially if you have a job. And your IT, as an IT profession, you can do a lot of work also at home and get a lot of jobs outsourced from global IT companies. You can outsource it to you. So you can have the both of
No need to approve?
No need to leave.
Yes. And last question. I don't know if you saw in the article that I asked the fund managers there about their number one asset allocation and how often do they evaluate their portfolio. Would you like to share with us in closing what is Edward Lee's asset allocation?
Of course, with what I'm doing in COL, 89% of my asset is really in the company.
80 to
80 to 90% is really because it's grown so much.
Okay. So parang equity rin yun kasi it's a listed.
That's right. And then also my business is good. I have good businesses that I built for the last 39 years, which of course was the one that the liquidity, the cash flow was the one to support the life of COM.
Yes.
But it was also 17 years.
Yeah, at the start, right?
Then of course our personal real estate properties, right, that we lease out also. So 60-70% now in terms of investment stocks.
60 to 70.
20-30% is real estate.
Are you still invested in fixed income?
No, we have never been a fixed income.
You've never been a fan?
No.
Even during the days of double your money?
Double your money, yes.
Yeah.
So depends. Well, Jobo bills and then
Yun, bata pa ako.
30-40%. Nabutan ko yan. So I really believe that everybody has an opportunity to be a billionaire. Everybody. The most difficult is to making the first million.
The first meeting.
Yes.
That's a hurdle.
And then especially if you read the book of Peter Lynch, One Up on Wall Street. So it's all about 10 tiger.
Yeah.
So you make $1 million, then it becomes 10, then becomes 100, then 100 becomes $1 billion.
Would you like to share with us, when did you hit the billion mark? Anong age mo na?
Hindi, matanda na ako.
Good na!
Hindi, matanda.
Nasa ano ka na?
Nasa ano na ako, nasa CO na ako. Because that's how we compounded it. 50s.
50s. So, yung mga 30-year-old dyan, you have 2 decades, ha?
But, so, just get yourself educated, understand how this works, and understand volatility, opportunity, opportunity. And from there, you will do very well. Because just remember, during the 2008-2009 leverage, URC was 8 pesos. Today, URC, diba? Mga ganun. Kailangan nandun ka pala.
Dapat hindi masyadong takot. How often do you check your portfolio? The second part of it.
Oh, wala na. I don't look at it.
Hindi na?
Hindi na. I just look at my trading account. I have a trading account. But I keep myself busy.
That you do it on a daily
No,
basis.
people don't understand that investing and trading are totally different.
Yes, you should understand it from the guru himself.
Yes. So you have your investment, long term. Then you have your. The reason why I'm a professional trader, the reason why I'm a professional trader, so that I can be abreast of what's happening in the market. So not a lot, but just to be able to understand
If I may
what's
say,
going on.
pampahappy mo yun.
Huh?
Pampahappy mo yun. Pampa-excite sa buhay.
No. I don't go for excitement anymore. No. It's really just to be able to understand what's happening, so that we can share it with our traders also.
And you do teach people if they're interested. Tell them about
We have KLUM Training Institute. We have a class now of about 28 kids. Very good. Like I said, we're training them to become professional traders, global traders, so that it becomes a business in itself.
That's what they should have it
That's right.
clearly.
It's a business.
It's a different ballgame altogether
Yes.
to be a long-term investor and a trader.
That's right.
Pag-aral mo na kayo kay Mr. Edward. Okay, maraming salamat Edward. I'm hoping
Thank you for
crack
having me.
the 99%
Yes.
so that they investor.
That's right.
This is for you.
Thank you.
This is Mac, and then we end by saying cheers. Cheers!
Cheers.
I am